it's me again. So last week we went through how aero actually works and how we see it work in full-scale cars. This week we're gonna look at how aero has been designed in RC, how it's been used in RC, and how it's developed over the 30-year history of 8-scale racing. So we're gonna go through every single world's winning car and look at the body design and wing design and all that, and see if they actually have thought about aerodynamics at all, and if they have they actually had any understanding of how it would work. Let's start out by looking at the first ever world's winning 8-scale car. So here you have it, Fredrik Vasseur, I think that's his car. Pretty basic, nothing too crazy. You have a rear wing there, you have a front bumper. No, it's just a really streamlined car, nothing crazy. Pretty much looks like what those desert buggies looked at that time. And then 1988, this is Kanai's car. You can see now that wing looks like the wing we have nowadays. So the wings have been pretty much the same for the 30 years of the RC. Body again looks like a desert buggy. But then look at this guy. Oh my god, look at this guy. 1988 world champion Maurizio Monesi wins the world championship in a car that has a cockpit and a driver inside. You can't see it here, but I saw a picture that there was a driver inside this car, like a scale model driver. Amazing. Now, by an aerodynamics standpoint, nothing too crazy about this. Just looks like scale cars. So they don't really think about much. They haven't, at this point, I don't think they have thought about anything too much. They just made it look cool, made it look scale. Then 1990, Sanada wins. I think this is a Mugen. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe a Mugen. He wins the worlds, and now we are getting this doesn't look scale anymore. This starts to look like an RC car and its own variation. So the rear wing pretty much the same, nothing crazy. The body super streamlined, no sharp edges, no maximized downforce, nothing, just super streamlined. Then 1992, I think this is I can't remember this guy's name. It's a Japanese guy as well. Kyosho buggy, and again super streamlined, nothing crazy. Toge, I think his name was Toge, yeah. Then 1994, Monesi wins again, this time with the Kyosho. This body starts to look kinda like what the bodies look nowadays. So yeah, that's something at least. Then 1996, Lafranchi wins with the Kyosho again. Like again, I mean the wing is exactly how they are nowadays, pretty much, and the car on its own, it's super streamlined, nothing has changed. So yeah, these cars look scale, but not as scale as the first ones, but still a bit scale. Then 1998, Rekord wins with a Kyosho again, same car. I don't think they even updated the model. I think this is the same model as the last one. Okay, then 2000, Kanai wins in Vegas. This car starts to look like it could be from this century. It has the form, has wide sides, it not that streamlined, still like a proper roof on a car. So this starts to look like it's an RC car from this century. Then 2002, again Kyosho winning, Degani in Paraguay, no, Uruguay, not sure, one of those. Degani wins with the Kyosho, and yeah, same car, nothing crazy. 2004, Sweden, Furulund, Bray from France wins with the Mugen, stops the Kyosho win streak. But to our demise, there's nothing crazy about this body. Nothing. It looks like exactly the same. Okay, pretty much for 10 years now, these bodies have not changed at all. Clearly, we can now say that at this point, there hasn't been any thought into aerodynamics. Maybe they thought about the rear wing, because that hasn't changed much. But that could be just that they hit it off first try, and they didn't have to change it. But yeah, the bodies, nothing new. And by the way, every single car out in this picture looks exactly the same. Well, the body at least, not the car. The cars are very different. Then 2006, again a Kyosho winning, Pavidis in Indonesia. Now you can see here, I think this is a Proline wing. They have tried something new. So they tried lowering the sides of the wing so that you would get more air from the sides of the car. Now they're trying something new. I like this. But yeah, to be honest, it still looks exactly the same. The wing is slightly different, but nothing new on the body things. Then 2008 hits. TLR, well, at that time Team Losi, releases their 8-scale buggy. They won the Roar Nationals twice in a row, and people went nuts. They thought that was the best car ever, and they started to copy it quite much. So the body on this car, yeah, well, you can see how it looks. It looks like a blob. It doesn't have any form like these old buggies had. It's like a blob. I mean, at that time it probably looked cool, but to me this is pretty damn ugly. Then everyone followed suit. Hot Buddies, blob. Associated, blob. And then we get to the funny stuff. After this horrendous 2008 Worlds, where Hara actually won with a blob car, but everyone ran a blob car at that time. Kyosho had the old body, but everyone else, they went the Losi way with a blob car or body show. So let's look at how it changed. Everything changed in 2010. Let's watch this video.
You're here with Ryan Cavalieri, ProLineRacing.com. We brought you the Team Associated B44.1 Bulldog Edition. It's cab forward. I'm standing by it. So we have a few things that I've put my thoughts into. We've definitely put a lot more airflow through it for the higher temp tracks that we've ran on this year.
Inside the
roof is a lot sleeker, so it has a little bit more downforce to the wing. The air is a lot cleaner.
Downforce to the wing.
It has a little bit more traction in the rear, and it definitely seems like it steers a little bit better from the rear too, but in control.
Okay, this explanation is, I don't know if he actually thought about what he was saying, but he says it has better steering and it has more traction in the rear. Now, what he's trying to say there is when you have a car that has more downforce in the front, it produces a more precise car because the front is going to be more dominant downforce wise. So the rear end isn't going to slip out as easy. So it feels like the rear end is more stable even though overall it has less grip. So okay, Proline Bulldog body happened. This is, in my opinion, pretty revolutionary in RC. The reason being that until this time you can see that for 20 years, actually if we've been careful, well, 20 years. For 20 years, nothing changed at all, except for the blobs. That was awful. But then, Proline came up with the Bulldog body. Cap forward, more downforce to the front, more aggressive design. And I'm gonna tell you what happened. Everyone went nuts. It started out in 2010 Worlds, where Proline drivers started running the Bulldog body. Cavalieri with the Bulldog. Oh yeah, Kyosho drivers still ran the Kyosho body, as they always do. Yeah, King won, but he ran the Kyosho. Then Wheeler in the main with the Proline Bulldog. And then after that, 2010 passes, people start freaking out. 10 scale bodies start to become hideous. TLR comes up with few of the most ugly bodies I've ever seen because they wanted to be the most cap forward ever. I'm not gonna show you those because I fear they might hurt your eyes. but a few brands came up with something that looked pretty cool, but it was still different than the Proline one. Okay, so Robert won the Euros in 2011 with a better designed version of a cap forward body. Then 2012, for some reason he went back to the Mugen body, but everyone else started running the cap forward. Kyosho came up with their TKI 3, yeah, TKI 3, and they had the new cap forward body. Proline came up with even more cap forward bodies. I think it's still the Bulldog line, but it's more cap forward, some changes, I don't know. It looks pretty much the same, but anyway, they came up with the new Bulldog body. And then 2012, yeah, that was 2012 World. So then Robert won. He won with the Mugen cap middle body, but everyone else pretty much ran a cap forward. Hara finished third with a cap forward, Tessmann second with a cap forward, Ronnefalk fourth with a cap forward body. Then I think you might recognize this body. This body is something everyone runs at this point with a slight variation. This is the J Concepts body silencer. This was released, I think, in 2013. This is Cavalieri at DNC running it. So that was 7 years ago, and everyone's still running this body. So you can see how slow these things are. Okay, yeah, Losi, ugly as hell still. They are committed to the blob. Even they moved the cab a bit forward a bit, but it's still a blob. Not cool. X-Ray came up with cap forward bodies. This is 2013 in Euros, but I think they had it already in 2012. No, they had it in 2011. So yeah, at this point we are in 2013. Pretty much every brand has now committed to that cap forward style. But then 2014, it starts out with this guy, Carson Wermont. He put some side wings on his car. Some wings on the front upper arms. Cool stuff. First one to do it, 2013 or 14. I think this is 2014 DNC. Pretty cool stuff. He knows what he's doing. I think so. And then the Worlds come. 2014 Worlds. People are doing the cap forward stuff. It's going the right direction. But then this guy, Proline again and Tessmann. They came up with the Proline Type R body. Cab semi forward, but not forward. And then some side wings on the car. Well, he won the Worlds, dominated, and that resulted in the fact that everyone went nuts and started doing dumb shit. Oh, okay, yeah, I almost forgot about this. So the rear wing, they came up with the Lexan rear wing, first time ever. Yeah, I don't think there's any use to this. These weigh exactly the same amount as the lightest normal plastic wings, so no weight gain. These break much easier. So no durability gain. Yeah, I don't know. I really can't tell you any benefits of this wing. Only thing that is maybe better is nothing. I don't know. Let's go on. Then Wermont. You saw those wings earlier, and at the Worlds he made his own body. Now he has a body that has pretty much the same things as those wings he had before. So this is pretty much what the body should look like at this point. Sadly they don't, but this is what they should look like. This is, in my opinion, the best performing body that you can make, except for the little fact that I think he made a slight mistake. He put the wings or the angle on the side wings a little bit too far. You should have it way in front of the engine. I found they work best when they're at the midpoint of the car. I think it just makes the car less stable when they're further back. I personally enjoy having them in the front half of the body. So okay, after 2014 Worlds, now everyone's using the Type R body or a copy of it. Especially Mugen drivers, for some reason they enjoyed it. 2015 Worlds, Robert used it. Proline came up with a Predator Pro body that all the associated guys ran. Yeah, then 2016 Worlds, Mugen drivers still ran the Delta body which is a copy of a Type R, and J Concepts came up with their, I don't know what this is called, their body, and then Polein came up with a new body. It looks very similar to the Type R, a little bit different. This is also the Predator body, but for the HB, and yeah, nothing crazy. The issue with these sidewing bodies is that they just made it because Proline made the Type R. They didn't really know what they were doing. At least I don't think they know, because they have the wings way too far back. This makes the car really unstable and just jump, and also because the cap is so far back, it makes the car jump really awful. So I don't know, I guess it was just a trend or something. I believe most of these guys would have been better off running a cap forward body, and today they're all running one. So yeah, some people now got it. So some people, Runafog, who won, he got it, he ran a cap forward body. Tebow, he TQ'd, he ran a cap forward body. That's also because Kershaw didn't have a cap backcross body, but whatever, same style. Then 2017, now things start to go to the right direction again. So as you can see, it's always, you take a step forward, then you take a step backwards. You take a step forward, then you take a step backwards. It's been here. Before 2008, bodies started to look better and better. Then 2008 came, they looked like a blob. Then 2010 came, Proline came up with a cap forward body, created better downforce to the front of the car. Amazing. This is how their body should work. Then 2014 came, people started running cap backwards bodies. Now we're getting back to it. So okay, 2017 Euros, Robert runs a cap forward bit to design body, Runafog runs the J Concept silencer body, and then the Worlds, 2018. So let's take a look at these drivers. Let's start from the bottom right corner. Mayfield, J Concept silencer, cap forward. Runafog, J Concept silencer, cap forward. Tessmann, X-ray stock body, cap forward. Ongaro, J Concept silencer, cap forward. Robert, Mugen body. This is, I wouldn't call this is pretty much the only body here that's not cap forward, except for the Losi body again. Then Cavalieri, J Concept silencer, cap forward. Tebow, Kershaw body, cap forward. Losi body with Savoia, not good. Then Stringer, I think he runs the stock Mugen body, but I couldn't be sure. McBride, he runs the Wernimont body, that's cap forward, I'd say. Same thing with Nauto, Berton with Kershaw body, and Jelin with X-ray body. So here we have two drivers with no super cap forward body. Everyone else has a distinct cap forward body. So I think this is now where we start to realize, okay, we were wrong with the couple of the years before. Then 2019 at RCGP. Now I think this was a bit ridiculous, because J Concepts came out with the S15 and every single driver ran it. If you start to look from the left, Lee Martin ran the S15, Runafog with the S15. Okay, Runafog might not run the S15, but he ran the silencer anyway, pretty much the same body without the side wings. Me and JQ, the JQ body was similar style. The McBride S15, Ongaro S15, Canas S15, Hofer S15, Lutz with a Gamma body, but he had no choice. Cav and Ogden both with S15. So yeah, again, it took 7 years, but people finally realized what bodies work. So pretty much now we've seen that almost every single brand has understood what a good body looks like, and that's cap forward, not too aggressive design, and if you can, put some side wings on it, and it'll help. But there's still a few people that are trying, like the Vision body here. It has good ideas, and yeah, nice try. Losi, still not listening. And Proline came up with the Axis body. It's cap forward at least, but I don't know. Yeah, nothing special. And here is a picture of Jared Tebow cooking his A-arms in Thailand. no context. Okay, let's go wrap this up. Why did I talk about this? And why have I taken you for a history ride in RC? The sole reason behind this is to show you and prove to you how little people actually care about aerodynamics in RC. These people haven't really known what they've been doing. They've gone the wrong way, the right way, the wrong way. And it's taken over 30 years to figure out something that, I don't know, shouldn't be that hard to figure out. Now, is aerodynamics a big deal in RC? Does it have a huge benefit? No, but it still has a benefit. So if you're testing tires and compounds and you have 15 compounds, could you even test 2 different bodies and like actually try different things? I don't know. You tell me. But at least at this point we figured something out. The body should be cap forwards, more downforce to the front, makes the car more stable, more precise. Put some side wings on that body. Generates more grip without losing any stability, actually increasing stability. Nice, great. Oh, and the wing design. Yeah, you saw Kanai's wing in 1988 looked pretty freaking same than the Kyosho wing now, and the Kyosho wing is pretty much the same wing as everyone's running now. It's just that it has slight variation. Everyone's running HB wings now, but I'm not gonna say it's a copy of the Kyosho wing because it's not, but it has the same form, it has the same style, and I'm pretty sure that's the same dimensions too. So yeah, I don't know. I'm getting kind of depressed talking about this. 30 years? For real? I don't know. At least we got somewhere. Okay, so now I've given you a basic examples of how aerodynamics work, and also given you a quick blast through the past of RC and how we have thought about aerodynamics in the history of RC racing, 8-scale racing to be exact. And in the next video we'll talk about how we should think about aerodynamics, what we can do with them. But after all, please remember that this isn't a huge deal. It's just something that is sort of my pet peeve, because it shouldn't be this hard. You shouldn't have to even think about these things. It should be second nature to design a good body. But I don't know, it just ain't happening. Anyway, until next time. Alright, I hope you liked that video. If indeed I did actually help you out, please let me know by writing a comment down below. Also, if you like my type of content, feel free to like my Facebook page as well as subscribe to my YouTube channel, and also share it with your friends in social media. Now, if you think I was wrong about something in this video, please let me know. I'll go through all the comments, and I'm really open to differing opinions, and I really want to just spark up a conversation. So with all that, until next time.